Every weekend, 50,000 people converge on Camden in North London. Waiting for them are 300 optimistic stallholders.
Capital word. Precious queen.
From t-shirt vendors to original fashion designers, they're all struggling for a break on the bottom rung of the independent business world. It's mid-June and it's been a miserable summer for many of Camden's traders. But the rent's still got to be paid.
I've had a good day today.
You have had?
I've had a really bad day.
Really bad day?
Yeah.
You've done really badly. Oh no. It's been all right.
Yeah, it's been all right.
Fun.
Yeah.
For fashion designer Rhea Roberts, just breaking even's a struggle. With trade slow, Camden regulars like Rhea and Trevor have plenty of spare time to wind each other up.
You're not talking about Roy?
What about Roy?
The one you've been flirting with all day.
Don't be so ridiculous,
Come on, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be getting off with him tonight.
You've been incredibly chatty about it today, Trevor, haven't you, darling?
The boyfriend's back, the boyfriend's back.
I'd love a coffee, please.
Yes,
Yeah, latte, please. Two white sugars.
One.
Two white sugar.
White.
Thank you. Did you see that? Did you see that body language? Did you see it? No, wait, did you see the body language?
I saw the body language.
Thank you.
You've even got matching tops on.
I know, we're so tuned in. It's just meant to be.
Rhea's been here a year selling her own designs, but she's found it tough, surrounded by cheap, mass-produced foreign imports. She's been desperately seeking new outlets, and an East End boutique's agreed to try out a new line of her dresses.
These ones are all printed in the gusset as well.
For Rhea, there's a lot at stake.
They're really, really well made.
Gusset?
Yeah,
Those ones.
of course. And they're made in England. I make them. I get them manufactured up north by a very small group of people, but I make the fabric.
She hasn't got cash for a print run, so she's having to print fabric at home.
Rather than like buying 100 metres of one type of fabric, I'm just buying like bits and pieces of different colours here and there. Just makes it a little bit more difficult.
It's going to work out more expensive for her in the long run. Rhea's found a factory in Derbyshire which is willing to do small runs and is also facing competition from manufacturers abroad. Alan Shearman's an experienced pattern cutter who's agreed to help her and is letting her pay in instalments.
It's a nightmare because the pieces are so small. I mean, I've cut like 16 garments in about 12 hours, which is, I suppose, not bad for hand cutting, but not good for production, you know, really. With Rhea being quite small, well, she can't really afford to pay for the whole lot at once, but it is beneficial normally for us to cut everything at once. So she'll pay for it as she goes along, have so much and pay for it. That means that, OK, we're sitting on stock a little bit. I doubt very much if we're going to make much on this, to be honest with you, but we'll have to see how it goes. I think, you know, they are quite individual. At least, you know, somebody's trying to do something a little bit different, which is great. You know, as far as I'm concerned, it's keeping British designers alive.
Camden, another clutch of young hopefuls are looking for a stall. From all-powerful Alan Jones, the market manager.
I'm not sure if I'll be able to get you in today, but we will try. We will try. All right.
Susie and Pete are masseurs, and shrewd with it. They've just met in the queue and decided to cut costs by sharing a stall.
So a little bit late maybe today, so if you don't get on this week, just come next week. I think he's going to see if he can fit me on. If not, then I'll go home and go back to bed and come back next week.
I'm a
Mistake, yeah. Get slap wrist.
No, you cannot have two. You have one. However many times you ask, you have one so that I can accommodate everybody. Do you understand? Good.
We're putting you in an outdoor space because we think the weather's going to be nice.
Pete and Susie get their space next to the toilets.
It's like this space, but I don't think there's room for two of you. Yeah, right? I don't know, do you think you can both fit in there?
But they're not happy with the location.
Susie, I have found a stall with a frame.
They want somewhere more visible.
Do you want to just have a look at it, or does your partner want to go and have a look at it, and he can make the choice?
Standard 6x4?
Yeah, you won't both get in it, so you will leave you here.
Does somebody, just one person want to see it, and then they can communicate? I'll get you a frame, don't worry.
I still have 2 people to place. Do you have any ideas?
Weekdays, Susie massages city workers in their offices. For the last 2 years, she's been working Spitalfields Market at weekends.
Bang these bits out.
1, 2, 3.
Going through the books, my last year at Spitalfields was doing really well, but it's slowly been dropping off because they're redeveloping the market. They're trying to make it more like Covent Garden. So for the smaller traders, it's getting quite hard to compete with the shops and things around there. And the way that they're building means everything's squashed up and people sort of can't get around the market, so it's lost the flow of people. So I was thinking that if I could build up business here and build up regulars, in a way that's what Spitalfields has been for me. So I was hoping that Camden would be the same in a different area of London.
Hi, sweetie.
The new tops are back from the manufacturer. In all, they've cost Ria over £500. Now she's got to get them in the shops.
I've managed to get 41 out altogether because I do them by hand. It's hard to know how many I can get, so they're very much kind of like, you know.
Okay, I don't mind these going to Camden.
No, sure. Well,
So
I'm selling them from my pitch there anyway, so that's my outlet, that's my base.
Perfect.
Okay.
Do you want to make another appointment to come back and bring different colours in? Do you want to leave these with me?
Do you want to talk about how much they are, just in case that's shocking for you first?
Oh, is it?
They are expensive.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of work in
Let me just get the calculator.
So, sure.
There's a lot of work.
There is.
You're preparing me, are you, for the work?
I am preparing you.
She wants 30 quid for each of the tops.
And I have to stick with this as well, because otherwise it's a waste of my time, really.
Got it.
So, all right.
It's almost double what she was asking before. And the shop will add its markup.
That's the minimum.
Okay. So they're £78.
Yeah.
Well, we
can try them.
Let's try them.
Try
There's
it.
no harm in trying.
I can't go any lower than that.
Yeah.
So.
You can always come down. You can't suddenly put your prices up.
Even then, she only gets her money when the shops sell. Pricing's important at Camden too. As Susie realises, the market already has its established masseurs.
We're going to halve the prices, I think, or maybe we're going to do like 5-minute free giveaways as well. But I guess, you know, we've got a captive audience of people eating later. So if we start doing a few free ones, that might create a little buzz. So I think we're just going to stick something over those.
Just forge over yours.
Yeah, we can put a whole piece of paper over.
Yeah.
Okay, right, well, what should we say then for 10 minutes?
We'll just go the same price as her.
So because she's only got 15 and 30 minutes.
She's got 15 and
If
30.
we make something up, what should we say, £6 for 10 minutes? We're just trying to be competitive. Also, we don't want to price ourselves so high that no one's going to try it.
And also, as you said, with this market, it's just not quite as moneyed, is it?
No, I
Still feels-
think the people that come here are a lot more touristy. There's not so many like locals that have come down to buy their organic fruit and veg.
Yeah.
We might do a 5-minute free sample.
Get the business in.
We'll hand out some flyers and say try 5 minutes for free, and then they'll try it and then they feel guilty because it's free and they'll tip you anyway. Sometimes that works.
Also, people tend to stop and look because it's quite visual doing the massage. So once you've got somebody in the chair, it generates more business.
Ria still has 35 tops on her hands. She needs to get them in the shops. She's checking on sales at another outlet.
No, not that. That's the CT collection there.
And hoping to interest the owner in her new tops.
They're one size, they are. Yeah. Hello.
Hi, Lee.
How you doing?
You all right?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Sorry about this.
That's all right.
You're right.
No problem.
I'm sure you're a bit busy.
As it is.
I just wanted to bring these makeup bags in.
Okay.
And also just to double check that you haven't sold anything.
Okay.
Also, I've been doing these.
Very nice.
They're like racer back. They're really nice. This is the same one, but I've
Right.
obviously got to jump on stage.
Yeah.
It's cold. But I just thought I'd show you them anyway. They're
Yeah, okay.
they're all one-offs.
All right.
They're also I print all the fabric myself, so
Right.
I can't sort of do more than one the same.
Okay, fine.
But my sort of price for them, sale return's quite high, so I didn't know if you would be interested or not. Basically, I want no less than 35 for them. They're completely one-off. And
But Lee adds an even bigger markup.
and they're a very nice shape. And even if you were to do that double,
Whew, so let me do it again.
do you need a scotch with that?
That's 87. That's about minimum. That's 2.5. That's 80, just under 88 quid.
Okay. Is that 2.5?
That's 2.5.
So it's a no-go. I can't do them less than that. Basically, they cost me 13 to produce. So that's kind of pretty low price for me, even.
I mean, I'm not passing the cost on to the customers, but that's just based on our basic markup.
It kind of makes it so hard when you're producing something that's completely original and one-off.
Yep.
But then you can't, with the price on
With price
top,
points on it,
you
yeah.
can't do
I
it.
know, I know.
Okay, I'll leave it then, I think, because
Okay.
I mean they are really lovely. They're you know. But like you say, if it's not realistic, then it's not worth trying it really. Oh, I don't know. I'm feeling a bit kind of frustrated. Really frustrated. For the last sort of 3 weeks now, I've been really battling with staying positive on this one, actually, and it's kind of a bit gutting because I normally keep abreast of it up here. Just not bringing in the money at the moment. It's just not doing it. There's too many outgoings up here to survive on the income that's coming in from it. I'm so close. I'm so close. Like, I've been averaging out on about £900 a month for this year. But with my market pitch and everything else, my outgoings are just over £900 a month. So I'm just missing the mark, and I'm really feeling it at the moment. So, very frustrated.
How hard do you like your massage?
I like to feel it.
So that's kind of a hard...
Yeah.
Yeah?
But I've got a really bad...
What do you want me to work on?
Around here, because...
Susie's come up with another canny idea. Making the stall look busy by massaging her boyfriend.
You do it like that?
Well, I
He's
should.
a DJ as well. That's why he gets a bad neck from
I
doing the old
DJ at the weekend, so I'm always
headphones.
Okay, come on back.
We've got three available.
I've got 4 names, all the rest.
But the market manager's getting twitchy. He's already lost 40 quid on rental income by letting Susie and Pete share a stall.
And then Monday morning, I think it just all come out.
Lucid and straightforward as she is, I see she's already fronting a cooperative which involves at least 3 people. Now, I'm here to help individuals, and I should not stand in the way of cooperatives, but at the same time, within 1 day of arriving here, there's 3 people working there. And that, for me, goes a little bit against the spirit of dealing with an individual and helping that individual. It could be to the point in 2 or 3 weeks, if she got a permanent stall, I might never see her and she'll be doing exactly the same at another market. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, and there's plenty of markets that cater for that. But I'm not sure if it's the essence of Camden Locks, the ethos, whatever you wish to call it.
Sales slow in the shops. Ria's desperate to get rid of her 35 remaining tops.
You make?
Yeah, not make it, but the fabric. Just I design and print the fabric. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Cheers.
But at £35 each, they're too expensive for Camden.
Roy? Have you sold anything yet? Much or?
Huh?
Much or?
Much, no.
No, just one.
Cool.
Two.
I had my worst week ever again last week. It was just horrible.
Me too. I lost money last week.
Yeah, so did I. I lost 24 quid.
I lost 100 because I employed somebody else, and that was a stupid thing to do.
But it's just the next 6 weeks will be ropey by my figures anyway.
Yeah.
But then after that, it just pulls up. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's because everyone's on holiday or something. I don't know.
Or preparing for summer holidays and holidays. There's so many things to bring into it, though, isn't there? You could run around all day thinking different things.
Yeah, this is it. And I mean, people give excuses all the time. Oh, it's Glastonbury. Oh, it's the moon's in Capricorn or whatever. But you know, sometimes it just doesn't work. It just doesn't happen. We're the best one in the world. You're just going to have a bad few weeks. There's a lot of people dropping here. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people dropping out now. You see.
The thing is, you have to try different markets until you find a good one. I know.
I'm running out of markets, do you know what I mean? Other than Covent Garden. I don't need a lot to live. I'm not extravagant. I cut my cloth accordingly, you know. I don't have big outgoings, you know. I do kickboxing, acupuncture, and that's my expenditure. I never go out on the lash, you know. So I can live really meekly and happy with that. But this costs so much money to do, you know.
Does that feel more comfortable?
Yeah, that's lovely, thank you.
Do you like quite firm pressure?
11 o'clock and Susie's attracted her first paying customer.
So it's between your shoulder blades and anywhere else?
No, not really. It's just the shoulder blade on the left-hand side. I once had a massage in Budapest.
Yeah.
And they only ended up bloody walking on me, didn't they?
Right.
And this little Oriental lady was like pulling my arms nearly off. And of course,
lovely.
I was too macho to say it was, you know.
Was it actually quite painful then?
It was getting there, yeah, you know, so.
Do you get any problems with your arms from your keyboard working?
Actually, I don't. No, I don't think I do. No.
Are you kind of, is that a usual thing?
Last few weeks I've just not been sleeping. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was up at that 5:30. I've got a really bad habit of. It's so annoying waking up early and then, you know what I mean?
Ria's debts are growing. She's turned to the London Small Business Centre to advise young entrepreneurs.
I've started printing the fabric myself at home, do one-off pieces, but generally it's all repeat pattern prints. Yeah, go for it.
So these are sort of...
Chris Rayner's a consultant who spent years running his own upmarket clothes shop.
You can wear them as dresses as well. That's like the latest thing.
They're quite well made.
They're very well made. They're all manufactured up north in this country.
Fantastic.
Since I started a year ago, it's a year next Sunday, this Sunday in fact, I've had 15 independent retailers, and I've had 12 independent retailers, sorry, which I've now withdrawn because I feel that the high street is particularly bad at the moment.
So these were people, sorry to interrupt, these are people you were wholesaling to, yeah?
No, sale or return.
Sale or return.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wholesale is very difficult to get into, very
You reckon,
difficult.
yeah?
I do.
Can I just say a few things about sale or return? Sale or return is, as you've learned, is a nightmare. I don't recommend any of my clients do it.
No.
It is usually return. It's
Yeah.
very rarely sale.
Mm.
The shops aren't motivated to sell your things because they will have paid for other things in the shop that they need to sell.
Yeah.
The paperwork is always very complicated. They forget what they've sold. Your things get stuffed in a corner, they get dusty, they get dirty, they get ruined, they get tried on. You can never, ever go back from a sale or return relationship to a buying relationship. The good shops won't ask you to do it. In the current climate, even though it's horribly difficult at the moment, it's best not to do it.
No, well, I know that now. I mean, the only other thing I've started trying in the last week is I got recommended from someone that I met at Camden that I try high-end boutiques, which I phoned up this week, and they were interested particularly in my one-off pieces. They said that they actually look for pieces that are unusual, that are just one of a kind, or, you know, quite original. And they're wholesale only, as you say.
What they're looking for is good designers whose things aren't going to be everywhere. And they will pay a premium for that. So absolutely good advice. I would suggest to contact your things would do quite well in high-end things. But I mean, going and finding the right areas, and you've got to know where your core market is. And if you're doing aspirational things that people want and things that are of high quality, then you've got to go to where the market is. And the market, regretfully, is not round here.
Feel it? You should feel it down here, yeah?
The massage sessions have picked up, but Susie and Pete aren't getting the customers they need to build a business.
Because it's so touristy, we're not really going to have much repeat custom. There's not really going to be much of a chance to get office work out of it, which is one of the main reasons for doing it. So it's okay for a bit of cash, but business-wise, long-term, not really convinced it's going to be very worth the energy and the time.
Too much for a transient market. You know, it's people with money that have regular massage, and Spitalfields spending £20. People that spend £20 on a bit of cheese are the kind of people that are going to have like regular massage. So just don't get that here.
So you're going to have a think about it when I get home.
But basically
it's 20% probably not, 80%.
And so at the moment, it's really just my market pitch at Camden that is my main outlet, which I'm doing.
Chris suspects that Ria's emotional attachment to Camden may be clouding her business sense.
The thing is, I can't, now because of the way that I'm working at Camden, I can't just do 1 day a week. I will lose my pitch and be given not such a great pitch.
If you have to be there because if you only do 1 day a week, you lose your pitch, that is not as relevant as whether it's the right place for you to be.
Sure.
Because you're being not exactly coerced, but you
No,
are investing in being there when you don't necessarily need to be there, and it's not necessarily the right place for you to be there. She's got determination, and that's really the main thing you need. She'll get there whatever she has to do. And she seems to be learning from the mistakes. And she's adaptable. If you're adaptable and you've got determination, you're prepared to be intelligent about it. What you have to do is develop a thick skin. That's the problem. That's the very difficult thing people find not very easy to do, is to take the rejections and keep coming back time and time again. And yeah, she'll do well. She'll do really well.
Ria's now left Camden to think about the direction she wants to go in.